Hello everyone, we are going to look at Susie Q today. Classic song, recorded in the late 50s. It's like a later rockabilly song. Who was it? Dale Hawkins, I believe. James Burton was the guitar player. You might have heard of him. He's played with Elvis and I think Ricky Nelson, and among others. He's great. He's a legend, guitar legend. He was a guitar player on it. Check that one out. A lot of people have covered this song, Susie Q. We've all heard it on the radio, I'm sure. Rolling Stones, gosh, so many people. The one that stands out is CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. They had a big hit with it. And that's probably where this arrangement today is going to kind of like be more of a vibe of, especially the little solo part. I did a little solo thing. It's kind of got that CCR kind of vibe to it. But yeah, we're going to do this as all the songs here at Guitar Pass. It's going to be an instrumental. We're going to have the real main theme, verse, riff thing. We're going to arrange this with the chords, and I'm going to also, I threw in a little solo thing, and a couple of ways of doing different E7 vamps with the riff and the chords, different ways of doing the chords. So really you learn this song, but we learned it a bunch of different ways. So it's really cool. It's a well-rounded lesson. But it's a lot of fun. I did it on the electric. You can do it on acoustic, of course. Any of this stuff you can do on either one. But I figured, mix it up. Let's do the electric. And again, it's got every part of the song, and it's in an instrumental arrangement that sounds cool just to play it as is. But you can take these parts and put them, make your own arrangements, sing with it, playing bands with it. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this, and yeah, check out the original recordings and rock this one out. Hey, before the lesson starts, just want to let you know we got a 14-day free trial at guitarpass.com. Think you're going to dig it. A lot of cool guitar fun on there. Check the description below, and back to the lesson. All right, the first thing we want to do is learn the main riff. Okay, we're going to do this in a little bits and pieces and put it all together. The riff is based off of, we're in the key of E. So we're doing an E minor pentatonic pattern in this open position. So that's that pattern, E or E7. And we're doing a... Probably know that already, but if not, there'll be a chart. You can look at it. So that's where we're getting all these notes, but it's all about the syncopation and order, right? So first we're going to go, and I'm going to kind of do this in pieces with the subtleties in it, so we can just get it right off the bat. So let's just look at that. We got bass, and I've got my palm kind of on the strings here to, I'm not going... I want my palm kind of, this part of it right here kind of near the bridge hanging on the strings. And I'm going, so it's kind of muting it, muffled and muting. And then I'm going on the second string. And that's a little staccato. Down, 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 up. And I'm muting it. Down, up, mute on the third string there. And then on the fourth string, I'm going to hammer on, and I'm going to choke it. I hammer on, and then I lift up to choke it, as well as I'm doing the palm muting. And then I hit it again, staccato. A little weird, right? So, just do that again. One more time. And then the second half, and this is a riff we're going to keep coming back to. On the fifth string, we're going to hammer on. And then open on the fourth string. And then So it's hammer on, down strum, or pick, and then up pick. That's good, just get used to. Up on the 4th string. And then 6th string, and you kind of give it a little bit of a bend. So let's put that together. We got right? So we got and then do it when you release this, it's the beginning of the next one. So oops, a little sloppy there. So get each one down. Bass. Get that down real good, and then down, hammer, up, open 4th, and just do a loop on it. Get that groove. Down, up, choke. Yeah, do that over and over again. Really get that down. So now the chords that we would add to that are an A7. So I'm going to put my 2nd finger here on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Leave the 3rd string open, and then now we have our 3rd finger, right? Look at the chart to help you out. Strum them all, starting on the 5th string. That's an A7, and then we're going to do a C7. So it's a C chord, and we're going to drop our pinky on the 3rd string here on the 3rd fret. Bluesy C. Now this is interesting. B7, we normally do this, but actually with this song, it kind of works really good to take this chord, lift this 1st finger up, bring it right up here. And just strum, don't hit that 1st string. Just you can strum 5 to 2nd if you want. Usually I'm doing 5 to 3-ish or whatever. It's kind of the meat of it. So it's, there's my bass on the 5th. Right, so when we do 4 of those riffs, the last one, we're going to hit the open bass on the 5th string to lead us into the chords. And the strumming is going to be bass, down, down, up, down, up. So that's A7. Bass, down, down, up, down, up. C7, bass, still on the 5th string. Just one strum. And then bring B7, bass, down, up. Now this down, up, you gotta really be tight on the up. You're only going up. I usually just start strumming up from the 3rd string. You just want a little bit of that. So bass, down, up. Let's just put that together. We have bass, down, up. One more time. Bass, down, up, bass, down, up. And back to the riff. I'm going to keep doing this. And then we're ready for the chords. So really get used to doing the riff and going into those chords. I'm going to do this real quick. Should have this down. And then chords, bass, go to the next section. But that is how it is. We do the riff 4 times, go into the chords, and then do the riff 1 time. And that's how we're going to see all the sections that we're doing do that. But we're going to replace the riff with some E7 chord rhythms. So get that down really good. That's the meat of the song right there. But we're going to do some nice little variations on it. Okay, so now I love that, but I wanted to add a little bit of some jam into this. So I want to add the E7 here, right? E, and we're adding our pinky here. You know, you can do E7 like this when you're E, but with your 3rd finger up. But I like E and adding my pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Just gives a little more spice to it, right? So after we do that first riff and chords round, you know, our last riff, and we're back to the last riff. Now we're going to do this E7 chord and go bass. It's going to be a little bit of rhythm here. We're going to do that. So it's bass, down, up, smack, down. So that smack is I'm hitting it, but my palm is muting it at the same time. You can actually just work on this without holding a chord, but might as well hold the E here, E7. Try to get that sound. Again, acoustic or electric, you can do this. So we're going to go bass, down, up, smack, and then strum again and choke it or, you know, stop it, mute it. So bass, down, up. That's the first half. That's how we want the feel. And then we'll finish it with a down, up, smack again. I'll put it all together here. So we have bass, down, up, smack. Bass. My palm is always kind of brushing in there, but we really hit it hard on those chokes. Bass. And smacks. Bass. Down, up, back, smack. Whoops. Right? So that's the rhythm we're going to do. And we're going to do that rhythm, and we're going to add that last half of our main riff. Right? So we're going to go. We'll do it again. And then we're going to do the chords. We do that twice, and then we're going to do the chords again. We're going to stick with our same chords. We're going to do a little different. You know. We're going to get a little funkier on those rhythms now. So we got bass, down, up, just like we did in the first half of the E7 there. Bass, down, up, and then C7. We're just going to go down, up, smack, and then down, up, smack for the C7 and B7. Let me just play that all together. All right? Stop the video if you have to work on those individually. But here we go. I'm going to do this slow. We got bass, down. And the riff. And then we'll go to the next E7 jam in a different position. But that's it. We're going to, right after our intro riff and the chords in the last riff to finish the other round out, we're going to go boom. Round. So really get that down. That's a cool one. I did it real slow and a little choppy. Once you get used to it and slow it down, just try to relax with it and let it flow. The groove should be a little more grooving. I was a little choppy, but we're trying to slow it down to make sure we got it. But and if you get a little subtlety of an extra up and down, and it sounds good to you, or what you're doing sounds good, keep it. But this is a cool thing to kind of get us going here. All right, we're going to do pretty much the same thing we just did, but we're going to do the E7 in a different place, a different voicing of it, a real popular, cool C-shaped voicing of E7. And we're going to do some bar chords for the chords this time, but the rhythms are going to stay the same. That's the good news. So after we finished our last round, you know, we always finish it with one version of the riff. So now I'm back to the next one. I'm going to hit the bass note again, and I'm doing a C7 shape, but over here that makes it E7, right? We did our C7 up here. Let's bring it so our first finger is on the 5th fret, right? My second dot there. So that is E7. Even though this is E, I'm not hitting it in the chord. If anything, I'm kind of going a little more 4 down or so. Don't worry too much about that, but you don't have to include this even though it's an E. It gets it a little muddy, and we're actually droning it with the bass when we enter into this, right? So bass. And we're going to do the same rhythm, bass, down, up, as we just did, right? Bass, down, up, smack, choke, down, up, smack. And we're going to do the same riff. Right? Get that down. So again, we're going to do that twice, just like our last time. So we come into it. Now to go to the chords, I'm going to go right here to my E-shaped A, but I'm going to make it a 7th, right? You'll look at the charts. If you don't know this bar chord, it's basically doing an E here and doing this. That's an A, but I'm going to lift my pinky to make it an A7. So on the 5th, root 5, that's an A. We're doing that. Now, when I do this riff to get into that, I'm usually got my 3rd finger here, and then I can just, I want to hit this bass note and then, do the rhythm. Kind of like what we did here. Bass. We started with the bass on the A. This will be my bass. So, and we're going to retain the same rhythm. So one thing you could do is go, just do that and then put your first finger here. Or you can go and put your first finger here and then slide it to here. Whatever is easier for you. I find myself doing this because I'm so used to doing it. And then coming here. And then we're going to take this same shape and bring it over to the 8th fret, which is a C7. And then over here to the 7th fret, which is a B7. So we have A7, C7, B7. So there's our deal. So again, next part. So again, we're going to go boom, down, down, up, down. And now we're going to go into the solo part. All right, I wanted to do, you can solo, and if you ever play this with a band or anyone, you jam in E minor pentatonic all day long and it will sound cool, rockin' and bluesy. And I just decided it'd be fun to just do to make a little solo for this, just to get you doing a little solo ideas, having some cool licks with it. You can use these licks if you like them and rearrange them and use them in anything with E7. That's the beauty of all this stuff. You do licks and you do solo stuff. It sounds cool. You can actually incorporate them in other songs that are in the same key. So what I chose to do is, it's kind of out of this pattern. And then I'm also adding some stuff there, and I'm doing a little double stop. So how I'm starting it is, we end the last thing with our riff. I'm going to hit that bass, and I'm going to go. I'm kind of doing on the second string, I'm doing a little bit of a bend, and I do it twice. We're doing vibrato there, right? So I got, and I'm kind of got a little, it's kind of hard. We don't have a drum or a beat to it, so I'm just kind of, your internal rhythm hopefully is working. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can think of it that way, or just feel it. Or excuse me. We're going to do it twice, and then I'm going to do that little double stop. Second string, 3rd fret, second finger on the 4th string here. So we're going to all down strums, my palm muting. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it one more time. And again, I'm palm muting with, when I choke those last two, I'm lifting these up, but still holding onto the string. I was just exaggerating there, but right, if I were to just strum it, I'm muting it. I'm also using my palm as well. So I go da 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 da, mute, da da. So I'm going, and then I'm up here on the open on the 3rd, 2nd fret, open on the 3rd again, and then end it on the 4th string, 2nd fret, in vibrato. So. And then that's half of it. Then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to end it differently. I'm going to hit the bass note again, 2 of these. I'm going to slide this and hit the open E string there. Then I'm going to take my first finger and put it on the 7th fret, 1st string, and 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 8th fret, and just hit those two together, a little double step. I might do that, a little bend. How's that sound? Hold on. Now when I do this, open, I can start moving here. So I'm going to do the whole solo part. And then, okay, so when you do that, we also got to add the other chords. Hold on, though. I'm going to do this little part first. Then we're going to go into the chords. I'm going to do the same A7 bar chord, bass, bass, down, up. But now I'm going to do C7 here. I'm going to bar this. It's kind of like doing an A7 if you ever done that. We're going to do it here. We're barring 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm putting my 2nd finger on the 6th fret 1st string. That's a C7. I'm only strumming those 4. And then we're going to go here too to B7 on the 4th fret. So like that. And finish it with the riff. Right? So again. gonna finish the song. Do it as many times you want. I think I did 3 or 4, I can't remember. Let it ring out. Do the E7 to end it. And that is the song. Let's do a slower playthrough. All right, here we go. Hey, thanks for checking out the lesson. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button. We'll have a lot more content on there. And don't forget about that 14-day free trial at the guitarpass.com site. Think you're going to dig it. Check it all out in the description. See you next time.